Hello, beautiful people. Good morning, good evening, good afternoon. I Honest am here, the creator and writer of the Honestly Sis newsletter, a bi-weekly newsletter geared towards millennials who are truly trying to get their shit together. And I am here for another daily motivational video where we use the tarot to become the alchemist of our lives. A little bit about me. I do not just use the tarot. I use God and cusses in the same sentence. And I may mispronounce some things, but if it does not stop Charlamagne to God, it will not stop me. So y'all, it is like storming out. And I'm trying to like get my lighting a little bit better. Angel number 30. Okay, that's a little bit better. All right, let's go ahead. I hope this message finds you guys well. We're just gonna go ahead and get into it. I don't know how I'm feeling today, y'all. My hair is not, this bun is not looking the best right there. Oh, there we go. Okay. All right. I keep getting caught up in the goddamn rain. Like, I'm annoyed right now. I'm okay, but I don't think I'm going to do a whole bunch of talking today. I'm hoping that we can do some quick messages, get in, get out. All right, God, what information do you have for us to become the alchemists of our lives, to help bring heaven on earth, or just to do magic in public? God, what information do you deem worthy for us to hear at this time? Please deliver these messages to me and through me as clear as possible. In God's name I pray. Ashe. 2 cards, please. The 2 messages that came out is exploration and peace. And right away, I kind of get this message that you or we are kind of going through this process of exploration. Now, exploration, as you see, is like this angel right here that's looking out, trying to find something. And what I see is that maybe you may be in this place where you realize like, hey, my life is not really how I want it to be. I want to have more fun. I want to be in a career that makes me feel good. I want to be in a relationship where there's equal give and take. God is saying, if that is what you want, He wants you to not focus on what is not there or how you're not experiencing it, but go through this process of exploration. Go through this process of opening up and allowing yourself to dwell on the things that you want so that you can see it in the world. Remember, we first see it in our mind and then it has no choice but to come outward. And also I feel like what God is saying is that that will give you peace. Like if you continue to dwell on what's not happening, what you don't have, like you'll just be frustrated. So God is saying, instead of focusing or waiting or any of that, just allow yourself to go through this period of exploration of just doing things that make you feel good. Okay. I'm actually going to go ahead and get some tarot just to see, God, clarify this message of exploration and peace. What are you trying to get us to understand? What is our energy towards exploration? What is our energy towards peace? What potential roadblocks or insight that you would like to give us at this time? Make it as plain as possible. One more shuffle. Ooh. On the cut, God is asking you to take this time to look at your skill set. This is the Page of Swords. Look at the things that, just like I was saying you with exploration, look at the things that make you feel happy, that makes you feel good, that makes you feel in your power, because you're currently going in a cycle of you're in a brand new cycle. So God is asking you to focus on peace. Yeah, if you've been having a very chaotic life, or if your life has just not really been how you want it to be in the last 10, 15, whatever years, God is saying that you can end that cycle of chaos. You can end that cycle of turmoil. And it starts by first changing your mindset and changing the way that you move in the world. So if you change your mindset and say, hey, I want peace, I'm going to work from a place of peace, love, harmony, and unity. As you move in the world, as you start to look for those things, the universe has no choice but to give them to you. Perfect. And this message pretty much is clarifying that the tower is, most people see the tower cards and they can get a little nervous, but this is exciting because remember what I was telling you before, the other card that came out was the world. The world is all about completing the cycle, moving on, traveling, doing more things, expanding yourself in the world. And so with the tower coming out, what God is saying, this process of exploration, this process of us standing in our power, looking for things that make us happy, it's going to allow us to let that tower of chaos, destruction, poverty living, all that stuff will come down. The two cards that came out is exploration. For exploration, we have the sun. That's why God is saying, stand in your power, focus on the things that bring you joy. Right here, you see there's a white horse, and there's this child sitting on this white horse, butt ass naked, waving his red flag. That child, as they're in this sunflowers, all of the sun right here, that child represents your inner child. I was recently reading something that says that we're currently in the, I'm so glad that this came out. We're currently going through a Chiron retrograde, and Chiron is all about the wounded healer, the wounded healer. And so if you look at Chiron in your birth chart, remember, I'm always going to tell you guys, have your birth chart, make sure you're looking at this information. But Chiron really speaks to like those things that, you know, really hurt you, that really, you know, you really, that like kind of, the best way that I think about it is the Chiron in your birth chart represents the trauma that you built your identity on. So if you were a child that got picked on a lot, you will say that a lot. Like, I know that's me. Like, I always talk about how people used to pick on me for being sensitive, for being different, for my mold, all types of stuff. And so that Chiron part of me of like learning how to stand in my power, learning how to stand up for myself, that's something that I was healing. But let me read this information for y'all so y'all will understand. The Chiron retrograde. Chiron is known as the wounded healer. From July 15th to December 19th, Chiron will go through its retrograde where it will shine light into our traumas, triggers, and wounds. So that's why God is saying you may have a lot of things that are coming up in this period. Instead of focusing on, you know, the wounds that is pulling up, the trauma that is pulling up, kind of look at what this is teaching you that you want. So if I had, you know, not such a good childhood, I don't have a really good relationship with my mom, this period is letting me know how I want to be a mother. And it's letting me know that there's still some areas in my life where I want to be nurtured and mothered. And I'm telling God, like, that's my desire. Like, I'm letting that I'm accepting that, I'm acknowledging that so that God can deliver that to me. Because there are some things that I just still feel like I need to know as a woman. And I feel like there's just, you know, you can only learn certain things from other women or until you go through it. And for me, I don't necessarily want to go through a lot of bad shit. Like, I can learn from other people. I can learn from other people's stories. That's why I'm a reader. Like, that's why I believe in stories. And that's why I'm choosing to go down this path. But I was recently listening to or watching Our Mother's Garden, and it was just this one mother-daughter duo, and they were talking about how she was going to the strip of Africa, and her mom told her that she had to, you know, pour out, I forgot what the term she used, but pretty much they had paid respect to the ancestors to help her, you know, guide her way. And what that made me realize is I used to always have like this thing against like Africans, and like, you know, even though we're technically the same thing, or because I worked with one, I know that they look down on African Americans, like, and, you know, they look at us like we're so broken and all of this stuff. And that makes me feel a type of way, because it's like, damn, nigga, was probably because your fucking ancestors sold my ancestor out, you know, but nonetheless. What I realize is why that's such a wound for me, or why I feel such a sauciness, is because they know where they come from. They're able to have those heritages. They're able to have those heritages and keep their native tongue and have their, you know, their foods and all of that stuff. And so many of us in America, we don't really have that. Like, we don't, our parents, like, I'm speaking for myself. My parents didn't have time to be thinking about traditions and passing things on, because they were just trying to fucking survive, you know? Most of the time when I was hearing stuff about the past, it was like a venting session. Like, I don't know, like, it's just, I'm just realizing that for me, it's really, really important for me to build a solid family unit. Like, I want my kids to, you know, really be able to rely on each other. And I really want my home to be their safe space. And also, I think about what it means for me to be a mother. And like, for me, I don't want to like dictate anything to my kids. I actually just want to nurture them and guide them. And I want them to, you know, like I look at them as my teacher. And like, I don't know, like, I don't want to get off on a tangent, but like all of this is coming up, and it, you know, it really makes me realize like I really, really want a kid. Like I was at my uncle house for the 4th of July, and like my aunt said something to me like, you getting too old, you need to have a kid, like you need to do something. I'm like, well, I can't fucking impregnate myself or whatever. And then I go and I'm watching Run This World, and they're talking about freezing eggs at 32. And so it was just like all of this stuff was just coming up about like me wanting a family and me wanting to be married and me wanting to start building these homes. And like, you know, even this stuff that I'm doing, I know I'm running on a tangent, y'all, age over 10-13, but like even like this channel, like my book, like everything is for my kids that I don't even have. Like I literally learned how, I went natural because I wanted to learn how to do hair. Like I have written letters to my kids. So like I just know like that's just really important for me. Like I really want to be, one, it's important for me to have kids, and two, it's important for me to be like a mom. Like I also came to this realization that like as much as I want to be a writer, a director, I want to have this big ass career, like I really don't want that to be my life. Like I really just want to do that shit and go home, you know, like do that shit and go cook for my husband and like make a life for my kids and like help them do homework and like, you know, have little Friday night little traditions and shit. Like I really don't want that shit to be my life. Like I don't need to be wrapped up in it. I just want to do it because I feel like that's what I'm supposed to do. And like this period has been teaching me that. Let me hurry up. The effect is boosted by the Syrian energy flowing into our planet. We are clearing the collective shadow. So the healing you are moving through is not only your own shadow, but the collective. Remember last week I was talking about the intensity of it. That's why it's so intense. We are purging a lot of energy. Self-care, self-compassion, reflecting, and resting is important now. Connect with your inner child during this time to become aware of what wounds you need to heal. Be gentle with yourself during these next few weeks. This healing process requires you to invest your time and effort. Take the time you need to integrate and call back your power. Honor your healing process. The Chiron and Syrian energy offers us a huge opportunity for healing and integration. Spend time now reflecting and healing so you are better able to receive the abundance flowing in the Lion's Gate. So again, like this is just going to be a very, you know, you're going to have stuff coming up, and I just ask you, I tell y'all all the time to look at y'all feelings, but for real, from July 15th to December 19th, I need you guys to really, really explore your feelings. Please go get a journal. If you are on this channel, if you're on this journey with me, make sure you have in your journal, and every morning I want you doing morning pages to start, you know, exploring what you're feeling, exploring the things that you want, so that we can just end this cycle, end this chaos, and just really start bringing heaven on earth. Okay. Peace came out. We had the 10 of Swords. And so again, this period, us going through this exploration, us exploring these childhood wounds, this inner trauma, is just going to allow us to end this cycle of chaos and turmoil in the way that we communicate to ourselves. We're going to stop speaking death over ourselves, and we're really going to start stepping in our power. Okay. Let me just give us a quick tool that we can use, and I'm going to get a work your light, and that's going to be it. All right, God, clarify this message of exploration, peace, the sun, and the 10 of Swords. Why is it so important for us to explore our childhood wounds at this time? Why is it so important for us to also honor your childhood dreams? Angel number 1323. It's going to give you peace. It's going to stop that cycle of chaos. If you are in this period of time and you are not sure, you know, what you want to do with your life, and you're not, you know, you feel trapped, go think about like what you used to do as a kid. Like that is just a really good hint. Start from there. Start from your childhood, the things you used to, you know, that just waste your time, whether it was reading, writing. My brother, he was the type of kid that would just tear shit down all the time. Like he was a builder. Like he would like take apart the VCR, the air, you know, the fucking hair dryer, whatever, and like just put it back together. So, and now he's an engineer. So angel number 1414, your childhood has clues. It all goes back to your childhood. It all goes back there. The card that came out, and the reason why God wants us to take this time to explore our childhood wounds and our childhood trauma, to end this cycle of chaos and bring peace in our life, is because he wants us to know there is no shortage of money or time. There is no shortage, and any attention to shortage of something wanted will always produce a negative emotion. That's why you feel this way within you, because your guidance is letting you know that you have strayed from your broader basic understanding of abundance and well-being. Whether you are focused upon the shortage of money or seeing yourself as having so many years to live, and so each day that is expended is one day closer to the end of your years, that feeling of decline is contrary to your broader understanding and your eternal nature of your being. And right away, as I was reading that, I was reminded of the messages that we got now for, I want to say, this may be the 4th week in a row. God's just telling you, first he told us to stop rushing. It's just like God wants you to really know that you are doing exactly what you need to do. So stop rushing. Like, even that feeling of like panic, of being of worry, like it fucks up your vibration. And I need you to understand that this is a vibration game. This is an energy game that we're playing right now. We are playing an energy game. And the way to win this motherfucker is to make sure that all of this anxiety, all of this worry, all of this, like, what if this happened? What if all this worst case scenario thinking? Stop it. It has to stop. All of this, I don't have the time, I don't have the money. Stop it. Stop. A while ago, I was looking at this, I visited Will Smith YouTube channel because he's my favorite person on the internet. And he was talking about how he was playing with this world chess player. And the world chess player said, hey, the world chess player said, when he's playing, you just tell the chess pieces where you want to go. You look at the board and you tell the chess pieces where you want it to go, right? And Will was like, you can't do that. And he was like, that's the problem. That's your limitation in your mind. We have to realize so much of this stuff is that our dreams are dying in our mind. We're killing them with our words before we even allow ourselves to explore it, before we even allow ourselves to see our true power. We're speaking death over it. We're saying, oh, I ain't got the money. Oh, I ain't got the connections. Oh, I ain't got the degree. Oh, ain't nobody gonna help me. Oh, ain't nobody gonna work out for me. Oh, ain't nobody gonna understand what I'm trying to do. So, of course, you're going to stay trapped in your small world because you're thinking the worst thing scenario at all times. God is saying, start to speak life over yourself and you will bring the tower down. All right, let's get us a work your light, and that will be the end. All right, God. Give us hold on one second. All right. Exploration, peace, the sun, 10 of swords. There is no shortage of money or time. Angel number 1728. God, give us one message to clarify this all up and to wrap it in one bow. What are you trying to get us to understand? I will pray success whenever I see it. I actually was just writing a letter for honestly sis called Who Are You Really? And it was just, and look, this says, when you find yourself critical of the way anyone has attracted or is using money, you are pushing money away from you. So hating on the Kardashians, hating on these Instagram models, hating on mumble rappers, you're stopping yourself. You need to just praise success whenever you see it. But when you realize that what others do with your money has nothing to do with you, and that your primary work is to think and speak and do what feels good to you, then you will be in alignment not only about the subject of money, but about every important subject in your physical experience. So clarifying what I was telling y'all, that this is an energy game, and the way that you win this is by getting control over your thoughts and the words that you speak. Speak life over yourself. Also, that was a message that we had. Was it for the new moon in Cancer? Speak life over yourself. So make sure you check that out as well. All right, last shuffle. Allow no room for doubt or confusion. So don't do that. So the bottom card is the one we're going to focus on. Share your voice. Angel number 1855. Share your voice. Come out of the cage. Persecution expression. I have not gotten this card before, so let's see what this is all about. Share your voice. And this is an action card. Okay, I probably should have seen 776. All right. And the reading goes as follows. Angel number 1852. You are being called to share your voice, perhaps by speaking up in a relationship or through writing, speaking, singing, or some form of creative expression. We each hold a truth deep within us that longs to be expressed. Sculpted for lifetimes, the voice of your soul is like no other. It carries with it wisdom that can only be gained through your soul history and growth. By remembering, tapping into, and expressing this unique tone, we are not only heal ourselves, we also heal the planet at large. When you share your voice, you unlock something in the universe and call a missing piece of your home. Your individual voice is the most powerful sound current on the planet. If you have kept your soul's voice silenced or held back, chanting or singing could be truly life-changing for you. As we shed the layers of our personality and start letting our unique soul speak through us, we discover that we actually have a very clear message that longs to be shared. The more we speak it, the clearer it gets. There has never been a better time in history than right now to rise up, speak your truth, and share your voice. If you feel fearful, know that you are not alone and the world needs your unique tone in order to harmonize. As we each rise up and share our song, we make it easier for the next person to do the same. First of all, 3 things. That message was confirmation from a message that I said last week when we were talking about us going through the civil rights movement all over again because God wants to get it right this time. We need everybody to speak up. We need everybody to go through this process of exploration so that it's easier for the next person to do it, so that there is no one person that people can point the movement to. Second thing, God is doubling down that you guys need to do your morning pages, or you need to start keeping a journal. Definitely keep a dream journal. So get 2 journals. Have a dream journal and also keep a journal for some morning pages, because He wants you to start exploring your soul. As you do those morning pages, your soul is going to start speaking to you. So if you're not sure on what you need to do, so speak to your soul. Third thing, and the final thing, this message was such confirmation for me, guys, because I'm going to be honest. I recently, I didn't get a fellowship that I really, really wanted. And I thought that I was going to get it. There was not a doubt in my mind that I wasn't going to get it. And then I didn't get it. And of course, it sent me into this thing where I'm like, well, am I doing the right thing? Is this what I'm supposed to be doing? I actually did angel number 222. Thank you, God. 2222. I actually wasn't going to do these messages today because I'm just like, I don't know. Like, maybe I'm being me. But this was just confirmation that even though I don't know what this YouTube channel is for, how it's going to help the greater scheme of things, or even help me, it's necessary. And I'm going to keep speaking these truths. God gave me an end goal, and I'm going to commit to seeing it through. So if you guys are in this place of where you want to let the towers of your life to fall down, and it's time to start speaking your truth and standing in your power. Also, God is saying what is not aligned in your life, you need to let it go. What is not aligned, what needs to change. Maybe you need to speak your truth and stand in your power. And so the action that God is giving you is to express yourself, share your voice, speak to those who can hear you. That is all the messages I have for you, angel number 2323. To wrap this message up in a beautiful bow, God is saying during this Chiron period from July 17th to December 19th, it is so important for you to not only journal, but to stand in your power, to make sure that you are doing things that are aligned, but also so that you have a mindset that there is no shortages of time or money. There are no limitations. Anything that you want in your life, you can bring it about. So go ahead and let the tower come down so that you can get the life that is truly meant for you. Share your voice and praise success whenever you see it. All right, y'all. That is all the messages I have for you. If it was beneficial for you, please give me a thumbs up. If you made it to this end of this video and you are not subscribed, please make sure you subscribe so you will never miss out. Until we meet again, dream those dreams. Never let the internet rush you, and never, ever, ever let someone tell you what you cannot do. Angel number 2355. Take care.